Hello, it's Antika here, and I am so thrilled to be here on the holiday inspiration series with Scrapbook.com. I'm gonna share how I create, many of my Christmas tags, and I am using these Manila tags as my base. These are from Ranger, and these are size 8, I believe. And I am just inking up the whole tag using 2 colors. Now this one is going to be red, and this is Abandoned Coral, and then the second color I'll be using is Candied Apple. Now you can of course use any other red color or whatever you have, and these are just the ones that I had on hand and I wanted to use them. So I am using the Scrapbook.com ink blending tool and their foam. I absolutely love their foam. It just makes blending so easy and kind of helps me look like I know what I'm doing, which is always a good thing. So I'm just inking this. I'm just keeping the lighter color inked all over, and then the dark one around the edges, so you get a bit of a, I guess, a halo or something like that. Now I'm just making sure that these are blended together. And here I have the exact same tags, and one I did with green, and the colors I used there are Evergreen, Bow and Lucky Clover. Now I wanted to add a bit of contrast to the edges, so I decided to give Black Soot a try. And I'm just thinking that I don't want it to be like really dark black, but I do want to add a bit of depth to it. Now I inked the edges and I found that they were a bit too harsh for my liking, so I tried making them softer using just a cloth or paper towel, but I figured it would be much better to just use the same ink applicator that I did use before with the greens to soften it a little bit, and it worked perfectly. And I decided to do the same thing with the red tag, just to be able to add a bit of dimension, a light contrast, if you will. And I inked several tags because since I was inking anyway and things are going to get a bit messy, I thought why not just do several of them. So I did. So I have plenty of tags ready to decorate when I feel like it. Now for this one I wanted to add a bit of gold splatter, and I'm using the metallic gold Reinkers from Scrapbook.com. This is such a fun tool. I mean, this is excellent if you're into anything mixed media, or if you just like splatters, which I do. And I'm just using a clear block, and I put the several drops of the refill, and then I add a bit of water just to make sure that I can control it a little bit better. And the more water you add, the lighter the drops will be. So I start off with a tiny bit of water, and I wanted more splatters, so I just decided to add a bit more water, mix it all together, and then go crazy again. And as you can see, there is lots of gold splatters all over. Now if you feel that you want more drops but you're not getting them where you want them to, I just use the little paintbrush I have, and I just dab these on so I create little circles. Just in if you need a bit of extra glitter here and there. And basically, it is really hard to stop, so I try to tell myself, just walk away, woman, walk away. Because I do like everything that sparkles, so I go a bit crazy. But that's all right, it's Christmas. Things should sparkle. So all you have to do when you're finished is clean the block and everything around, and as you can see, you get a lot of shine. And here is a green tag that I also did with the same method, and I actually inked the edges of that one with the ink pad itself. Now I've created several backgrounds and I want to create a card. Unfortunately, my camera decided to go a bit funky on me and I didn't notice, so some of these bits are out of focus, but I only wanted to show you this bit, even though it's a bit out of focus, to show you that I die cut the snowflake from Scrapbook.com, and I will be sticking that to the tag and using 3D foam. Then I stamped the Holly Jolly in black ink on the lighter red paper in the Christmas paper pad collection. So it's Christmas smooth cardstock, I believe it's called. And I am just fussy cutting that circle out. Now I have already adhered the snowflake using foam adhesive, and I used the foam strips, and they were perfect to hide behind. Now from that one idea of inking the Tim Holtz tag, I created 4 tags and actually have several background tags colored and ready for when I want to use them. So these are the 2 ones that I created first, and these have the gold splatters that I showed you before. And then I die cut the snowflake die from gold mirror cardstock and mounted that on with a 3D foam adhesive, the strips. And then I stamped the sentiment on a white cardstock, put that on 3D foam, as well as the Holly Jolly sentiment. And that way I created quite a nice 3D effect on the tag, along with lots of sparkliness and that pretty little title at the bottom. And that is just 2 stamps from one of the Word Fatty sets. Then I created this one. This is the same green color as the other one before, and the snowflake star die cut from glitter cardstock, and I did not stick that to the front of the card. It just hangs there by itself, and the stamps are a Tim Holtz stamps, which I imported with Versamark ink, and then I used a liquid platinum embossing powder. And then of course a bit of sparkliness using new drops, and a title Deck the Halls, which is also from one of the new Scrapbook.com's stamp sets. And this is the 4th one. Now I layered several cardstock colors, glitter and one from the Christmas collection, to create a 3D effect. And that penguin is from Sizzix dies. So you can use so many things that you already have at home. All you need is a tag as a base for it, and you can just create any kind of tag with anything that you have. So here are some close-ups of the tags for you to have a look at. And I would absolutely love it if you share your tags on social media, and I would love to see. And thank you so much for stopping by, and I will have links to everything I use down below.